Hey guys, it is currently 9 in the morning on September 5th, and this should not surprise you in the slightest at this point, but it has been a slow day. I had my little dog in the living room with me all morning long. Things were slow. I was utterly exhausted because I haven't been sleeping worth a damn. I've been going to sleep at the correct time. I've been falling asleep relatively easily. It's the staying asleep part that's a bit difficult. But you know, doing what I can, I suppose. But so far, altogether, I have written 1,062 words for the day, and that is divided between Voice of the Wild Places Z, Fallen Blues, Pittman Legend King, and just now, The Dealer. Voice of the Wild Places Z, I wrote 528. I spent a very long time on that one this morning in hopes that I could reach the 862 word goal, because initially I had wanted to hit 20,000 by the 7th, whatever day that is, Saturday, I think. But that's not going to happen. Fallen Blues, 142. Pittman's Legend King, 232. And The Dealer, 160. So the next one to work on is Initiate the Boys, and I have that brought up on the desktop here. And then the one after that to work on is JTS, which I already have loaded on my tablet. I am switching between them, so while one document is loading on one device, I'm working on the one that's loaded already. That's what I've been doing since I got back here anyway, but I've only been out here for like half an hour to an hour. Give or take, but regardless, things have been slow. So at this point, I'm going to go wash my face, take my sleeping vitamin thingies, and brush my teeth, and then come back here and work for the next half hour or so. Only working on writing. I'm not doing any video editing or transcriptions or anything like that this morning. If things go well, I would work on those later on today, but we'll see. It's just been a pretty shitty month so far when it comes to writing, and my anxiety has been pretty up there. Worrying about dogs, worrying about everything. The month before a book release is pretty big. And for me, this year, every single one of my book releases also falls into Nano Prep Month. And I don't necessarily do a lot of prep for NaNoWRIMO because I'm not a planner. I'm not a plotter, so it's not really necessarily related directly to that, but there's still a part in my brain that says it is, because I still film Camp Nano Prep videos. I'm still on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, cheering on other writers as they plan for NaNoWRIMO. I'm still trying to, I'm everywhere. I do my best to be everywhere. I do my best to be people's cheerleaders during that month. I do my best to be people's cheerleaders the next month. And when it comes to my publishing and my self-publishing and all of that, the majority of people aren't interested in also cheerleading me, which is fine. I don't cheerlead people for anything in return. I cheerlead people because I spent the majority of my schooling career feeling like garbage about myself and my writing and everything like that, and I don't want other people online to have to feel the same way. That's why I cheerlead people, personally. But yeah, all of my book releases this month have been in October, or have been in Nano Prep months. So the month before prep month is stressful because I'm working on wrapping things up to get it ready for publishing the next month, and then that month is stressful because it's release and I have to make mock-ups and I have to do promotional stuff and I have to make sure the cover is finalized and make sure the proof copies are okay and make sure the ebook is finished and make sure that the ebook is 100% finished for pre-order, because if you accidentally put in the wrong one, you're totally screwed. And there's just a lot of moving parts, you know. So this month has been pretty bad on my anxiety, and it's being taken out of my writing, which means that I'm falling behind on where I need to be so that I have a book ready for next year to also publish, because I don't want to fall off for a year. Some people do. That is fine. You do what works for you. Not, you don't do what works for me. I don't have to do what works for you. Everybody finds their own thing, so on and so forth. A lot of people think that they do have to publish every so often, this amount of months, this amount of weeks, whatever. You don't. Find what works for you and go with that. This is just what I want to do, or what I have my goals set to, so that way I don't ever feel like I've fallen back into the same person who published the Baker series, or the Ashley Jones trilogy, or the Other Side books. The short version. But regardless, I'm sure you've noticed how slow this month has been, and some of that is because of the dog related things, both my grandparents' dog and my little dog, and then it's anxiety related, and it's been sleep related, and it's been pain related, and it's just all over the board for things going wrong this month, and I can't afford things to go wrong this month, or else Man of Darkness doesn't come out when it's supposed to, and I've got a lot of stuff to do. I've got videos to edit, and books to edit, and books to write, and, you know, so on and so forth, but, I'm doing what I can, to say the least. But, again, I'm going to start with washing my face, taking my sleeping thingies, brushing my teeth, and then coming back here and attempting to work on Initiate the Boys and attempting to work on JTS. I'm going to set an alarm for like 6 minutes each. I'm probably going to work a little past 9:30. I've been going to sleep closer to 10. That's when I went to bed yesterday, or that's when I fell asleep yesterday. So we'll see, but I might get just under another hour of work in. I don't know. It depends on how my eyes handle sitting here staring at the screen. So I will see you guys at some point before I go to sleep with at least one more update, but I'm just going to attempt to get to work, attempt to get something done, probably spend only 5 to 6 minutes on each book until I cycle through them, and then if things go well, I'll come back to them later on in the day, and we'll go from there. But I expect it to continue to be a slow day, I expect it to be a slow week, I expect it to be a slow month, and there's just not a ton I can do about that without burning myself out. And although I write daily, and although I have a goal that I want to hit by the end of the month, burning myself out isn't the goal. So we'll see how things go, and I will see you guys at least one more time before I go to sleep. Alrighty, it is 5:14 p.m. and I thought I would give you one more spoken update before I go back to just the back camera ones, because it's approaching the time that my mom will get home. But the next book that I'll work on will be Books and Badges, and then Stuff and Things, and today I'm just going to do Untitled Mysteries for that again. But I woke up at noon because my big dog woke me up because she wanted outside. And then I came in here and went to sleep because 2 hours of sleep was definitely not the goal I was going for. And my 2:30 alarm didn't go off on my iPad, and neither did my 2:40 alarm. Sometimes if I readjust my alarms without shutting them off entirely and then restarting them, they just don't go off. They do that on my phone too. I'm lucky if they go off during the day. So I didn't wake up until about 4:15, 4:30-ish. Based on the way my voice sounds, probably closer to 4:30 now that I think about it. But I'm going to attempt to get to writing after I go do bird chores. I just had to deal with dogs and wash my face and all that fun stuff first. So I'm going to go do bird chores and then come back here, work on Books and Badges, probably for about 5 minutes. Untitled Mysteries I'll spend more time on to hit the word goal, hopefully. And then I can move on to editing, and then I can come back around to writing again. But I will give you guys an update some point later on in the evening with writing and editing and all that fun stuff. But I'm going to do my best. See how things go. I'm slowly approaching 20,000 words written. I hit 19,521 earlier this morning before I went to bed. So just a little under 500 more words and I'll hit 20,000, which is where I was supposed to be yesterday. So I'm slowly making progress. It's just that if I don't get further than 20,000 today, I'll have to write even more words tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that. So not meeting my word goal isn't the end of the world when it comes to my month counts. It's just what I'm going for to attempt to get back to where I used to be. So, we'll see. But I'm going to start with bird chores, and then I will give you guys an update when I have one to give. Alrighty, it is 8:06 p.m. and I just finished working on Untitled Mysteries, and I wrote 2,185 words there. The last 800 of those words, give or take, I was doing a writing sprint with one of my sprint people. He works better with sprints, so I sprint with him all the time. But during that sprint, I had an anxiety attack for the first time in a while. Actual full-blown heart racing, can't breathe, fun stuff. So, depending on how the rest of the night goes, I don't know how much I'll accomplish. But at the moment, I am at 21,948 words altogether. So, I'm going to move on to editing, and I need to edit 2 to 3 chapters of Man of Darkness today. So that's what I'm going to aim for. I'm going to bring it up here on the desktop and email the next 3 chapters to myself and go from there. But we'll see how things go after that. The editing I definitely want to get done, and then I'll attempt to do some more writing after that. And we'll see what happens, but I'll give you guys an update when I have one to give.